What is up, you gorgeous, fabulous creatures? Welcome to the Losing It podcast, where we talk all things weight loss, emotional eating, binge eating, how to avoid the two last ones while getting a whole ton of the first one. And you're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach. I am definitely sounding like I've got a little bit of a cold coming on at the moment, so bear with me today because we've got a topic that's so juicy. I have just decided in the last 24 hours, now that we've hit the middle of the year, pretty much, I am ready for a mid-year glow up. You know, if you've been following me for any length of time or following my stories over on Insta, you'll know that at the start of this year, I did a little 3-month experiment and I thought, what would happen if I really just let go of all the reins and ate anything that I wanted, truly anything. You know, when you think to yourself, I wish I could just eat cake for breakfast and not get fat. Well, I would eat the cake for breakfast just to see if it was really as magical and amazing as we think it would be in our heads. Now, you know your girl's not going to lie to you. Was it magical? Was it delicious? I mean, yeah, it was pretty darn good. It was fun. It was fabulous. It was just delicious and tasty. But all things come at a price. So, yes, it was fun. Yes, it was delicious. And yes, it was very magical. But I also gained 8 kilos. Is the joy of that short, temporary little taste in my mouth worth the extra 8 kilos on my booty? I don't think so, honey. I don't think so. So once that 12-week little experiment ended, I then decided, okay, well, now I'm going to flick the switch and I'm going to do the complete opposite and see if that's really as bad as we think it would be. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to get a schedule. I'm going to get a roster. I'm going to be locking all this plan down so that I start seeing results. Because so many of us, you know, you need to lose weight. Well, really, who needs? You know you want to lose weight. We tell ourselves, I need to lose weight, but we don't do anything about it. Or at least we don't do anything about it consistently. We have zero consistency when it comes to our weight loss and whatever plan you're using, which is why you're not seeing results. So your girl decided, I don't care how uncomfortable it is. I don't care how icky it makes me feel inside. I'm going to follow my plan and not my mood. And I'm going to do that for 3 months. Well, I am partway through my 3rd month. I am nearly 7 kilos down. So I'm almost back to where I started, which is fantastic, really great. I've just been using my eating codes, following my own system, locking it down, zero compromises. But here's the thing. Whilst my initial intention was just to lose the 8 kilos that I had put on, I have now decided, it's created such a spark in me that I've now decided, oh, screw that. I'm going all the way. I want to get in great shape, not okay shape, not feeling okay about myself. I want to be feeling amazing about myself. I don't know exactly what weight that's going to be, and that's not really important. It's more about how you look and feel when you see yourself in a reflective surface or when you put on your clothes. How do you feel about that? We're shooting for a feeling more than a number on the scale, which is, again, if I was going to say certain things that mess with your head when you're dieting or trying to lose weight, chasing numbers will always F you over every single time. You should be aiming for a feeling, not a number. So I'm going to share with you today my mid-year glow up routine, because just like my little junk food experiment early this year, it was really random. I didn't have any plan. I ate whatever I wanted anytime I wanted. Well, we're not doing that anymore because that doesn't get you where you want to go in life. What we're doing now is deliberate. So honey, grab a pen and paper, sit down with your green tea or a green smoothie, because I am going to show you how to create a mid-year bombshell glow up for yourself that is effortless. It's going to feel effortless because we're using really high performance choices, but it's going to be savage in its consistency. Honey, you got to start your day like you mean it. Need to pick 3 non-negotiables. So for me, it's going to be choices of like my daily lemon detox water, 10 minutes of visualization, maybe a 5-minute stretch. I'm going to lock them in, same time, same order every day. Also, as part of my morning routine, which has been inconsistent recently, really inconsistent, as the weather has been changing here back in the magical land of Oz. It's been getting really cold. This is not my favorite time of year. I hate it. I feel like I was probably a bear in a previous lifetime because I just want to go into hibernation and just tell me when this hell is over. Tell me when the warm weather comes back. So I need to make sure I'm locking this shit down. ACV every single morning, apple cider vinegar. Pre-mix it if you need to. I don't do any more than a day or so like in a jug because I just feel like even though it would taste fine, I prefer to do it fresher because I might squirt some extra lemon in there. Now, let's make things easy. Whilst my lemon detox water, if you don't have the recipe for that, it's pinned to the top of my Instagram profile. If you are into squeezing the fresh lemons, if I have them, if it's in season and I have them like I do at the moment, then yeah, I'm squeezing those babies into my water, but not always. I don't have time. I don't have the inclination. I just don't care enough, but I'm getting my lemon in. So you can use the ones in the bottle. This is also totally fine. This is what I've been doing lately. And I squeeze some of that in with the ACV, keep it in the fridge, pop some frozen blueberries in there if that's what you want to do, and you're good to go. Next thing in the morning routine, green light therapy. This is probably interchangeable for evening or morning, whichever suits your routine best. I'm slotting it in with the morning. Green light therapy because I'm going to do red light therapy at night. Green light, set up your day with a journal station. Make sure you've got your green light therapy going for your skin. This helps with blemishes, inflammation. This one helps with blotchiness, especially for those of us that are in our 40s plus. Pair that with your visualization or journaling and you're instantly starting to stack your habits for a faster outcome. Yeah, I know this is going to take a hot minute. I would like to tell you, do this for 2-3 days and your whole life will change. You'll feel better within the first 24 hours, but your life won't change because the next part of the mid-year glow up is movement. Eek. I hate movement. I'm pretty lazy by nature, so I have chosen gentle but ruthless. I'm going to be walking every single day. Choose something that's a non-negotiable window of time for you. So it can either be before breakfast, after lunch, or do a sunset stroll. It really doesn't matter. Just put it in your calendar as an appointment. Something that I've started doing more recently is walking after two of my meals for the day. Mainly because it helps with digestion and I've always had sluggish digestion. So that's my main motivation, but also breaking up those components of exercise so it's not one big long form of freaking drudgery is so much more appealing to my head than telling myself, I've got to go and do a 30-minute walk or a 45-minute walk. Like I'm not really interested in that. That makes me want to find a sharp object. But telling myself I'm just going to walk around the block now after I've had my breakfast and then I'll do something a little bit later when I go and walk Molly. That I can get behind. The stretching I've already talked about, mainly important because much like a tree that has to be outside in the weather, you have to withstand the weathers of life. And I'm not talking about actual temperature weather. I'm talking about the emotional storms that come our way. And if you are rigid, like a dried up stick outside, you're going to break. You're going to break. Stretching your body and stretching your limbs is also symbolic of the way we need to sort of stretch our mind and our emotions. And all of this affects our eating. So set a daily alarm on your phone if you have to. Stretching now is going to be your new mantra. Stretching equals self-respect. Next thing we're slotting in is daily tapping. I've always been a bit iffy around tapping, not really sure if it works, not really sure if it's my thing, but I'm prepared to give it another go. I'm going to anchor it in as a habit for the next 6 months and see if it really does prove to bring the results that they say that it brings. So I'm going to be doing it right before I journal, or you can do it while your green light therapy is on, do it while you're doing your red light. But 2 to 3 minutes is all it takes to shift your state. I've done a little bit lately when I've been feeling really, really over anxious. And I do find that it does shift that energy. So I'm slotting it in. Let's give that little baby 6 months and see if she can perform. Now let's move on into the beauty and body category, honey, because when you look good, you feel good, and then you make better food choices. I am kicking up my skin cycling now. For the next 6 months, I'm going to create a sticky note system because I'm a bit more old school, but you can just use a digital reminder if that's what you want to do. If you don't know what it is, you want to Google it, you'll find it on TikTok. But basically, day 1, you do your exfoliation. Day 2, you're going to be doing your active ingredients. So like a retinol, I've been using the Retrieve cream, this is all prescribed. You've got to go see your GP, but I've been using that and I only put a tiny little bit mixed in with my moisturizer. Start slow, girls, start slow and make sure you use your sunscreen. Then days 3 and 4 are your recovery days. So that's where you're going to just be using extra moisturizer. Again, make sure you've got your sunscreen going so that you can give your skin a rest and it's not going to be overly stimulated or activated. That's when you're going to get your best results. Next part of the beauty and body is, honey, we are moisturizing, not the face. I mean, yeah, you're going to moisturize your face, but we're going to be moisturizing the body. You know how much you neglect your body? So much. So much. How much hatred have you felt in your life towards your body? If you're anything like me, I've got both hands raised and waving in the air. The last thing I cared about was paying any attention to my body. I just wanted it to be smaller, preferably until it just disappeared. So I am now showing my body some love and some kindness. Moisturize your body like it matters to you. I have got a huge ass bottle of Vaseline Intensive Care next to my bed. There's another one in the bathroom. I've got one right here on my desk. No friction because there's no skipped days. Make it easy for yourself. The next thing that I'm doing, this is really important because I never used to do this during the winter months, but that's why this next 6 months is going to prove so valuable. I am kicking up my self-tanning routine. I schedule a weekly glow up night. I'm talking tan, mask, hair oil. Glamour is a ritual in my world. It's not a reward. Like, oh, I finally found some spare time. I might go get a haircut. What the fuck is that? We don't roll like that. Glamour should be a ritual. It's something you should look forward to, well, preferably more than once a week. But if all you've got is one night, that's all I do, one night. Schedule that glow up with the tan, the face mask, the face sheets, the hair oil, the whole lot. Get it moving at least one night a week. You have to look at you in the mirror every day. I used to just tan my arms and my legs because that was the only skin that was really exposed to the public. But eventually I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm tanning for me. I'm not tanning for other people. I'm seeing myself, my stomach, my backside, all the other parts of my body. I'm the one that's seeing that in the mirror. I fucking tan for myself now. I don't care what anybody else says or thinks. The next thing you're going to do, if you really want an effortless tan, you've got to make sure you exfoliate daily. Gentle and consistent. I'm going to be leaving the exfoliant in the shower so that it basically slaps me in the face when I jump in there and I don't forget. So whatever that looks like for you, I have got a ton of different options because depending on different days, I'm going to want to use different methods. It might be a scrub. It might be a mitt. Whatever it turns out to be, just make sure you're doing it. Because now we're going to roll on into the mindset part of your glow up. I am talking, you either choose to rewire your choices and your behaviors or you choose to repeat them. There is literally no in between. So the first thing I'm going to be doing for my mindset is journaling the life that I want, not the life that I have. Please repeat after me. Journal the life you want, honey, not the life you have. I want you to journal it even as if it's already happened. I always start my journaling on the daily with, I am so happy and grateful now that. And I can write things like, Phil and I have finally bought our dream home. We have the most beautiful car now that we've ever had. We have an incredible relationship. Everything is harmonious, even within our extended family. Journal the life that you want. And not just write those things down on paper like you're doing lines in high school. I want you to feel those emotions in your body. That's the energetics that draws in the prosperity, the happiness, the love, the body that you desire. It's feelings that are vibrational, not writing something down on a piece of paper. The next part of the mindset work is I know this is disappointing, but I'm always going to be really upfront with you. Honey, it's going to take a hot minute for you to start seeing results. Expect changes in potentially 6 months, not 6 days, not 6 minutes. Tattoo it on your brain or just write it on every single mirror or phone wallpaper that you have. Expect the changes to take a hot minute. It could be 6 months, and that has to be okay with you because that's the only way you're going to decide to follow your plan and not your mood, which is the next part of my mindset work. Follow your plan and not your mood. You've got to set up your plan the night before. Why? Because I promise you, you are never, ever going to feel like doing it in the moment. Never. Your discipline lives in the area of preparation. That area of preparation that you're avoiding right now, well, that's also where your discipline lives. We're going to slot ourselves in there and become BFFs with it. The next thing I'm doing, and this is such a good one, if you haven't got my 5 eating codes yet, you need to hit the link in the show notes or just visit kyliepax.com/free course. That is where you get each one of my eating codes. You're going to print them, post them, preach them, refer to them like they're your daily gospel. They are your weight loss guru. And then lastly, the next thing I've done, which really is a mindset shift for me, is I've started eating a lot more protein. Way 100 times, 10x, XXL more protein than I've ever eaten before. Why? Because more protein equals less binges. It keeps you fuller for longer. It takes more calories for your body to digest protein than is in the actual protein. It's slower to move through your digestive system. Less protein equals more binging. More protein equals less binges. It needs to be your default. Protein first at every meal, every single one. A method that I find really helpful is to split your day into 4-hour increments. So every 4 hours, especially if you've been an emotional eater, binge eater, really struggled with your eating for many, many years, sometimes we don't even know what our hunger cues are anymore. So it's really helpful to split your day and do timed eating. Every 4 hours, you eat something that's around 3-4 calories and you make sure it's got at least 30 to 40 grams of protein. That way you're ticking every box every time, and you will not be getting yourself to a stage where you end up hangry and eating everything that doesn't eat you first. Last section where I'm going to be glowing up is my lifestyle. And this one is huge because I always tell myself that I'm going to do this and I never, ever do it. Well, 6 months, it's happening because clutter in your space is self-sabotage instantly. So I have recently been following some people on Insta who are declutter experts. I mean, I don't have a lot of clutter in my house, but I struggle to keep it clean. I'm not talking about dust and things. I'm just talking about having things put away all the time because that's what I like. If I had my way, when I was living on my own after my marriage disintegrated and I had my own house and everything was amazing, then I got to live exactly how I wanted, and my home was like a display home all the time because that's the way I like to live. But the minute you bring somebody else into your world, it's not going to be that way, and that has to be okay with you. But I still want to get closer to that end of the scale than to the other end. So cleaning 30 minutes per day. If 30 is too much, give yourself 15 to 20. But all of us, for peace of mind and a peaceful relationship with our body and food, can find 15 to 30 minutes per day to clean a room. Now, that might look like, so for me right now, there's a ton of washing to put away. That would take me 30 minutes. There is that much washing for me to fold and put away. And that's my 30 minutes for today. Yesterday, I cleaned a bathroom. 30 minutes, it's all you need. Set a timer, race yourself, make it fun, but do it at the same time every day while you're listening to the podcast. Do it that way. But cleaning your home is think of it this way. Cleaning your home is like cleaning your mind, and it's cleaning out the emotional eating at the same time. So honeys, as always, feel free to come over and find me over on Insta, or if you want to join us inside of the Bombshell Blueprint, you know what to do. The links are all in the show notes below. That is where the daily support and the mindset changes happen, because we don't do diet culture up in here. We do becoming unfreaking stoppable. So if you found today helpful, interesting, or even mildly entertaining, please go ahead and share with a bestie. That is how we're going to change the lives of women around the world. I am sending you so much love. I cannot wait to see you again next week. Until then, gorgeous ones, bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to shimmy your butt over to KyliePax.com and join me inside of the Bombshell Blueprint so you can stop emotional eating and start losing your weight now. You'll also find helpful notes and resources inside my past podcasts that will help you lose your weight without losing your sanity. I will see you next week.